Don is a positive person. He's a great father and a great husband. He's very generous. He's kind of like a MacGyver. He knows how to fix just about anything. He was having a lot of stomach issues, complaining a lot and just very in a lot of pain on a regular basis, on a frequent basis. And that had been going on for quite a while, well over a year. They kept calling it acid reflux, got diagnosed with diabetes, you know, and just all these things that were going on. I just knew there was something not right there. And so I really was kind of a nag and told him he really needed to go get checked out.
I went to see Dr. Dean Fields and he threw a bunch of tests at me. One of the tests he did was a CAT scan because as long as he was testing me, I was complaining about my hip. My hip was hurting. And so he pulled that in. Well, they didn't find anything on my hip, but what they did notice was that my pancreatic duct was enlarged. Dr. Kauer set me up for a endoscopic ultrasound, which was able to go in and capture some images of the pancreas and actually demonstrate that there was a mass there. Because when we looked at the MRIs and the CAT scans, well, we could see that the pancreas, the duct was dilated. There was not anything really clear there as to what was causing the dilation, and there was, just no consensus on, what was causing that. So we did the endoscopic ultrasound, and there it was, clear as could be. At that point, I realized that I had to take action, that I couldn't, hide behind this and that or what ifs. I had to, do something with it.
They kind of gave us the worst case scenario, and it was scary. It was very emotional and, like I said, pretty devastating because the prognosis was not good, and we honestly didn't think that he would be alive today.
We have CT scanners and MRIs, and they're very important in determining the appropriate treatment. But endoscopic ultrasound adds an additional element to the existing imaging techniques.
So here at St. Joseph Medical Center, we actually were the pioneers in the South Sound for endoscopic ultrasound, and we have served over 2,500 patients to date with this technology. It brings a huge advantage to our patients, and we're at a point now where we are ready to really upgrade the technology to be continue to be on the cutting edge and serve our patients with the highest quality care.
It's a great technique. It really marries ultrasound imaging with endoscopy. So you can take ultrasound inside the body, get close to the pancreas, stage cancer of the esophagus, stomach, rectum, detect pancreatic cancer at a very early stage. And it's also evolved into a therapeutic tool, so we can drain cysts in the pancreas and direct therapy of early cancers of the stomach and esophagus. And it really does direct therapy for the patient. It often determines whether the patient should have treatment with chemotherapy and radiation prior to surgery, whether they should go to surgery directly if it's a very early tumor, or sometimes when the tumors are advanced, we don't recommend any surgery. And it's based on the findings of the endoscopic ultrasound.
In order to provide the patients with the highest level of care, we really do need to work collaboratively, and the GI Services does that very well. They really role model that for us, working with all sorts of service lines to make sure that they're getting all the right answers at the right time with the right diagnosis for our patients.
Endoscopic ultrasound didn't mean anything to me prior to Don going through the first time. It is what initially led us to find out what was wrong with him with the pancreatic cancer.
And I wouldn't have had the courage to go forward and have that Whipple procedure. So it's a great tool that allowed me to actually recognize that there was something that needed to be addressed.
And if it hadn't have been for that, he may not be here today.
you.